In this video we're going to have a look at calculations with negative numbers. Negative numbers are something you'll probably be quite familiar with in your everyday life, particularly in winter time. You might be able to relate negative numbers to temperatures. For example, in winter it gets really cold, the temperature might drop below 0 degrees. Negative numbers also appear in finance as well if you are in debt to someone. So what we've got on the left hand side here is we've almost got like a version of a thermometer. The thermometer is what you use to measure temperature. So my thermometer that I've drawn here goes from -6 all the way up to +6. Obviously I could have drawn it much higher up and lower down, but I've just constrained it within these two values here. So a few wee things that you need to be comfortable with before we kind of have a look at these calculations is see that when we add numbers, when we add two numbers, we would move up the number line. For example, if we think about the problem of 2 plus 3, that would correspond to starting at 2 and moving up 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Do you see that? Okay, so when we add, we move up the number line, and when we subtract, we move down the number line. And we can apply this here. So 6 subtract 8. So that corresponds to us starting at 6 and moving down 8 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, do you see how the answer here is -2? So 6 subtract 8 is -2. -2. Okay, the next one, -2 plus 5. This is my starting number, so -2. And we are going to move up, because we're adding, we're going to move up 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, my answer is going to be 3. Let's move this here. 4 subtract 10, I'll zoom out a little bit here. 4 subtract 10, starting number is 4. Because we're subtracting, we're going to move down 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My answer is going to be -6. Eventually you might be able to start to make some connections here and maybe spot some shortcuts yourself and how you can work these out. D, -1 plus 7. I'm starting at -1 and we're going to move up 7 because we're adding. Okay, let's move up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my answer here is going to be 6. That is equal to 6. Notice for E and F, I'm using numbers here that are not in my number line, so we're going to almost have to try and picture this in our heads. So 20 subtract 32. So that means that on our number line we're going to start at 20 and then we're going to move down, I'll change this here, we're going to move down 32, okay, so we're starting at 20 and we're moving down 32. So see if we think about 32 as 20 and 12, okay, if you can almost think about it like this, I'm going to split up into 20 and 12, because 20 and 12 is 32, so see if I start at 20 and I move down 20, I'll be at 0. And then if I move down another 12, I'm going to be at -12. Okay, so we can try and do this a little bit mentally. Starting at 20, moving down 32. So of that 32, we could move down 20 first to get to 0, and then down another 12. Finally, F, -19 plus 3. So that would mean we would start at -19 and we would go up 3 places. You can maybe picture that in your head. What would be 1 above -19? It would be -18. Then -17, then -16. So my answer here would be -16. We're going to be looking at some more work with negative numbers, but in the most basic sense, we can use our number line to help us carry out some of these calculations. Hopefully that was worthwhile. Thanks very much.